Hey everybody, it's Mark again. There's been questions after questions after questions on how do you make your movement shine. And I'm imagining that people want to know how to make it shine without too much effort. There's a friend of mine who's also a subscriber to my YouTube channels. He is in both of my groups. His name is Robert. I call him Grasshopper. The man went from repairing 0 cuckoo clocks to watch my YouTube videos, and now he has over 40 cuckoo clocks to his name, and he's constantly looking for his next cuckoo clock. I asked him to do a video, and I've been asking him for a long time. I finally just went out and bought the product myself, and so I'm making this video. He can make a movement shine with little effort, and this video is going to be how to do that. So let's get started. So kick back, relax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink, grab something to smoke if you choose to do so. It's been over a year since I had a cigarette, and I want one every day. And so I came back from the store today, and I was wanting to stop by and buy a pack. Cigarettes help me relax, but I'm fighting it. I'm sure they're going to give in. I'm going to give in to them, but eventually. But anyway, I know people are going to say, "Well, they cause cancer. Everything causes cancer," and I don't care. So anyway, let's get started. So I'm at Walmart. A friend of mine and one of my subscribers and group members really shines his movements up. I mean, they look like glass. And I asked him to do a video, and he's a busy person. The guy's name is Robert, and so he told me what to do. So I'm buying this stuff right here. It's $5.98 for 5 ounces. And he said it's so easy to do, and he used this stuff on his antique cars, and it's perfect for all metals, shines, and protects. Now you're going to have to use Renaissance wax afterwards because fingerprints will show up. I have a bunch of parts movements in this box. I'm trying to find the dirtiest, ugliest movement I can find. Unfortunately, they're not that bad. So I got this one, and I got this movement right here. And so, of course, you want to take these movements apart to do this procedure. Well, what you do, you go to Walmart, auto parts store, whatever, and you buy this Mother's Mag and Aluminum Polish. Protects, perfect for all metals, shines, and protects. This cost me a little less than $6 at Walmart just a while ago. So what you do, you want all the movements apart. And I'm not going to take them apart. This is just for demonstration purposes only. You take some Q-tips. You get out a Q-tip, because this is what my buddy Robert told me he does. And I'm just going to clean part of it. So there you go. That's what it looks like before. And I'm going to take a picture of it. And so you take a Q-tip, dip it in this polish, and then just rub it around. He says it doesn't take that much pressure to do what you got to do. You know, I've been using semi-chrome, and semi-chrome works fairly well, but he says this stuff works. And I've seen some of his after products. It has a mirror-like finish to them. Now you have to understand that I haven't cleaned this movement, I haven't taken it apart. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Afterwards, after you're all done, the reason why you take it apart, because you have to take toothpicks to all the pivot holes and all the holes, because you want to clean this cleaning agent off. I guess I should have read the instructions. I just going by what Robert told me to do. Let me read the instructions real fast. It says directions. Finish should be clean, dry, and cool. It's not clean. It's dirty. Polish metal surface until a black residue appears. Hard rubbing is not necessary. You hear that? Is not necessary. Work black residue in all directions. Add small amounts of polish as needed. Use sparingly. Buff off residue with a clean microfiber or terry cloth towel prior to polish drying. Turn towel frequently for best buffing action. Ingredients: water, alumina, hydro-treated like alkanes, stearic acid, I can't pronounce that word. Tall oil acid. Anyway, there's a bunch of words that I can't pronounce right now. I'm not going to try to pronounce. So, you take a cloth afterwards and you buff it off. Again, I didn't put a lot of effort into this. And the clock is dirty, and this is small, and so you're not going to be able to see a lot of but you see the difference? You see the mirror-like difference? If you were to take this thing apart and do it properly, it would pop. So I'm going to take a picture of this. You see the difference between that. And afterwards, you need to use some Renaissance wax, because Robert told me that your fingerprints will show up. We're going to do this movement, but before I do this movement, I'm going to put the legs on. That way it'd be easier for me to, I don't want to scratch up, I don't want to damage anything. These legs help out a lot, as long as you got the right ones. The kind that actually stay on the movement. The kind that are cut back more than over halfway. Okay, I took my before picture. This is what this thing looks like right now. So getting out my Q-tips, I'm only going to do just a little bitty area, and that area is going to be where the words are. Now, I do not know what this stuff does if you have a protective coating on your plates. So if you have a protective coating on your plates, if you think you do, then you might want to do a small area before you get too wild. And thank you, Robert, for telling me about this stuff. My Q-tips are black, but I want to add a little bit more material. He used to use this stuff on his antique cars, and so I guess that's why he decided to try it on his clock movements, and it works. And as you can see, the Q-tips are black. I'm going to see what happens. I might need more polish. Again, this is prior to cleaning these movements. It does clean it up quite a bit, but I think there's a protective coating on this thing. I'm not for sure. Can you tell the difference? I can. And You know, this thing was made back in, I want to say 1973. And so, it's pretty old movement. I'm going to try one last thing. I'm going to try some more of this stuff on this movement and see what happens. I got a cotton ball right here. I'm just going to use it. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. Hardly any pressure at all. Imagine if you got out your rotary tool with the buffing wheels and everything on it. It'd work a lot better. Cotton ball's black. Putting a lid on this. And you know, for less than $6, what's it gonna hurt for you to try it? It don't cost that much money. And I get people all the time that complain, how do I get my movement to shine? You see the shine that this thing's creating? It's popping. Okay? But, I don't know how much of this coating, stuck myself with a wire. I don't know how much of this coating was off in the first place. It shines, but again, I don't know the history behind this coating. So anyway, take the movements apart. Use this Mother's Mag and aluminum polish that you can buy at Walmart, at AutoZone, O'Reilly's, stuff like that, maybe Napa. Use toothpicks afterwards. Take the movement apart, clean it all up, use the mag and aluminum polish, and then use the Renaissance wax, and then after that you use toothpicks in every one of the pivot holes to make sure that these two products are not in your pivot holes, because if they dry up, it could prevent your wheels from turning. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it was educational, and I hope that it helps you out. Leave me some comments, and may God bless each and every one of you.